Ms. Engelbrecht, good morning, and thank you very much for your time. What is the nub of your argument in court today?
What we are focusing on today is the fact that the Department of Basic Education has allowed the preschools that are connected to them are allowed to open. What the Department of Social Development has failed to do is to announce the dates of when your private creches and preschools and daycare centres are allowed to open. So what we're saying is, how can you allow one 5-year-old to go to school, but another 5-year-old not to be able to go to school? The Department of Social Development has, throughout the whole COVID crisis, failed to give any guidelines or directions to private early childhood development centres with regards to when they can open. On Sunday evening, they actually published a letter where they admitted that, where they allowed rather, that the teachers and the personnel of ECDs are allowed to go back. But there are still no dates for when the children can go back. So there are 3 things that we are concerned about. The first one is the children. What's happening to the children when they are not allowed to go to school? A lot of our kids are getting food from school. It's their only meal for the day. They are part of a feeding scheme at school. Home is not necessarily a safe place for everyone, and sometimes the school is the only safe place for the kids. Yes, as a woman, if I am abused, I can walk out the door and I can go report it to someone. A 5-year-old or a 4-year-old cannot do that. So we need somebody to keep an eye on them. The other thing is that their social development, their intellectual development, the psychological development, everything is deprived from them, and that's not fair. You can't allow these poor children to actually have to step back and say, we know it's important for you to develop into someone great someday, but just not now. We can't let you go to school just now. So just keep your development on pause for a little while, and then we'll see what happens maybe someday when we're ready.
Ms. Engelbrecht, I understand from what you're saying that the private nursery schools will fall under the Department of Social Development. The Basic Education Department looks after the normal schooling. Have you any idea at all from the Department of Social Development if they have any plans or guidelines? Because the normal schooling is beginning on the 6th of July.
Yes. What we're doing is we have a virtual court case today. We have written letters to the department, to Minister Zulu. She failed to answer our letters, and that's why we are going to court. She has also failed to give us any feedback with regards to the case. We don't even know if they are going to be at court today. We haven't received any communication. So we are putting forth our case today, and what we are requesting is that the private ECDs are also allowed to open on the 6th of July.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll have to wait and see how that court will proceed. That's Solidarity Sector Head, Marisa Engelbrecht.